Yo, 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 it's your boy Luap coming back at it with another video. In today's video, we're going to do a mainline series Pokemon games tier list. I've never done a tier list before, so it's going to be very interesting for me at least. But, you know, I kind of have a general idea of how I'm going to rate these games, and yeah, let's get started. So I do want to say this is going to be a long video if you want to grab, like, something to, like, you know, just to watch. I don't know. I've never made a video this long before, probably, and I'm loving it because it's going to be kind of like podcasty where I'm going to talk about my experiences briefly, at least with each Pokemon game. So if you guys want to learn a little bit about me and all the Pokemon games that I've played, which I played almost all of them, this will be interesting. So yeah, let's get started. So we're going to start with, of course, Generation 1, Red and Blue, and then Green, which I'm going to put in not applicable right away because I actually never played Green before, and it's not that I've never played it. I mean, I've literally never played it, but you know, obviously I didn't grow up in Japan, so I could never even have a chance to, even if I wanted to. But when I was a kid, one of my first memories I have is my mom comes home with a Game Boy Color with Pokemon Yellow on it, and to me, also I want to say nostalgia is gonna very heavily bias this list. Just saying, but yeah. So I remember I got Pokemon Yellow with this Game Boy Color. And I would just play for hours and hours, and I didn't know anything that I was doing. I was so young, honestly. I was like 3 or 4 years old, maybe. And I'm gonna put this in the C tier because this game's alright. Like, it's literally C tier for me is alright. Like, mind you, even F tiers of Pokemon games, I will still like them. I'm not even gonna lie. I will still play any Pokemon game, F tier or not, because I love Pokemon. But I do want to say that, like, this is me comparing it to other Pokemon games, and Pokemon Yellow is fun. It has like the cool gimmick of Pikachu walking behind you. It has like the anime references. It's cool. But as a game, I don't know. And I'm gonna even put Red and Blue. Oh, I'm like stuck between D and F tier, to be honest. I will put them. I don't know, because for me, like, an F tier doesn't. Again, F tier doesn't mean that it's bad. I just want to point that completely out. I'm going to put them in F tier. An F tier does not mean that they're bad. It just means compared to other Pokemon games, I'd probably never play them. Especially with how many remakes the Kanto games have. There's almost no reason to want to go ahead and play Red and Blue when there's so much better Kanto games to play. It's unpolished, you know, like, obviously, like, I'm not going to complain about the graphics, but the graphics have their own, you know, they have their own, like, you know, niceness. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but the graphics aren't the problem. The mechanics are the problem. Like, you know, all the bugs are the problem. And it's not a bad game in per se, but just compared to everything else, it kind of is. And then we have Generation 2. Now, this is a generation where I actually started picking up Pokemon a lot more. I did play these games when I was a child, but I vividly remember getting Pokemon Crystal. Like, not when it came out, I don't think, but very recent after it came out. And so I was, what, like 6 years old, basically, almost 7 years old when it came out. And, yeah, I loved Pokemon Crystal, but I'm going to go ahead and do it in order this time. And so for Gold and Silver, I'm going to go ahead and put them in C tier. I know, this is very, very biased right here. And I'm going to put Crystal in B tier. These guys could actually be D tier, so I think I'm going to put them in D tier right now. We're going to play it in order, like, each tier, like, it's going to be in order by tier also, by the way. But yeah, so Crystal, one of my all-time favorite Pokemon games, obviously nostalgia-wise, because this is the game where I first vividly remember knowing what I'm doing while I'm playing. So, well, in a sense, I remember I would always get, like, Feraligatr because he was my favorite one of the starters, and I would always get, like, heart stuck, like, a little bit after beating Morty. And so I'd always just do new game, and for some reason my brain was like, oh, if I do new game and I do it again, somehow I'll know what to do when I get there. And I must have done it a million times, and I could never beat Morty. And then I remember one time I was in a CVS pharmacy, or Walgreens, one of the two. I think it was a Walgreens. And I was playing my Game Boy Color while I was following my mom while she was doing her shopping, and I finally beat Morty. And to me, I was like, oh my god, I did it. I did it. I was going to tell the employees, like, yo, I beat Morty. Do you guys, I beat him. And I just remember being, like, ecstatic, like, wow, I actually did it. I beat Morty. That's insane. And and then I beat the game a little bit more, but I don't think I ever beat the Elite Four as a kid. I didn't get that far, but I do remember being, like, Chuck and then all these other trainers. But I just remember vividly, like, this was so many years ago. It was like a hidden in the back of my files like SpongeBob in my brain. But I remember beating Morty, and that was like the highlight of my year that year. But yeah, that was Generation 2. I love Generation 2. I love Johto. That's probably my favorite Pokemon regions. So these Johto games are great. Of course, Gold and Silver are just, you know, inferior versions of, you know, Crystal. So there's the same thing with this. Like, of course, the more, you know, completed copy is going to be better, right? And then we move on to Generation 3. Now, this is the real generation where my Pokemon journey started, where I was finally competent to be able to actually, you know, beat the game. And I remember getting Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I had all three of these games. I remember I got Ruby. I don't remember how I got Ruby, but I believe I got Sapphire once when my stepdad went away for business on a business trip, and he came back, and I asked him if he could buy me Sapphire, and he came back with Sapphire, which was like mind-blowing to me as a kid. And then I remember I ordered Pokemon Emerald off Nintendo Power magazine when I was like 10 years old. Well, I got this one when it came out. It came with the Emerald, the Player's Choice Guide, and a t-shirt of Deoxys, which I still wish I had to this day. You could look it up, like Nintendo Power Deoxys t-shirt. That's the one that I rocked. And I do have some like pictures lying around of me wearing that, but those will hopefully never surface the internet. But yeah, like these were the games where I was already beating the Elite Four and beating the game, and then after I'd beat the game, I'd restart the game and just play it over and over and over again. But I was still with the strategy of get your starter Pokemon, raise them to level as high as you can, catch Pokemon in Victory Road, so when your Pokemon faints in the Elite Four, you switch into a Victory Road Pokemon and you can revive your starter Pokemon essentially. My starter Pokemon of choice was always Blaziken, but I did dabble in all of them, but usually Blaziken was my choice. So when it comes to Ruby and Sapphire, I think these are C tiers and worse than Pokemon Yellow. And then Emerald to me is S tier, like 100%, 100%. So the reason why I have Ruby and Sapphire in C tier and worse than Pokemon Yellow is, I don't know, there's something about Ruby and Sapphire, especially comparing it to Emerald, but just in general that I don't know, you know, like as a weird, you know, kink, I guess. Not kink is not the word, but yeah, well, it is now. Like they don't have they don't have like the picture for items. It's just weird. Like the text is just plain with no colors. I don't know, something about it. I just never, you know, really liked Ruby and Sapphire much. But Emerald is literally the definition of a definitive copy, right? It's so much better than Ruby and Sapphire, like so much better. And I can easily say I have like tens of thousands of hours, literally, on Pokemon Emerald. That game I played, bro, so freaking long and so many times that, and even to this day, I still play it. I boot up the ROM and I play randomizers to this day of Pokemon Emerald. It's probably, out of all these older versions of games, this is the game I still play to this day. I don't play any of the other old games. I don't have my DS or my Game Boy Colors anymore. I do want to pick up new ones again, but I don't have them. And so when I go to play a ROM, the first ROM I always play and only play is Emerald because it's just awesome. And in my friend group, I have another friend who's, you know, I'm really close with. His Pokemon game is Emerald. And when it seems that I talk to anybody that's in my age group, I have another friend I know too. Like Emerald is the definitive game for like the kids that grew up, you know, the same age as I. And so like, I don't know, that of course it does persuade me to like Emerald more than probably the average person. But I just love Emerald, and to me, Emerald is definitely S tier, one of the best Pokemon games of all time, in my opinion. So then we have Fire Red and Leaf Green, another one where this came out in a really cool time, especially with that wireless adapting chain, the wireless adapter thing, where you didn't have to use a link cable anymore. And I remember my like small brain was like mind blown, like, wow, we don't have to use a link cable anymore. And sorry as I feed the coffee addiction. But yeah, so I really remember getting this on Christmas. I got Leaf Green actually, I didn't get Fire Red. I never cared for Charizard that much. I mean, he's cool, but I mean, he's like overrated, right? For me, I'm going to put these in B tier. These are very, very solid Pokemon games. I play these a lot. I like Crystal more because I like Johto more, but Fire Red and Leaf Green are great. They have a perfect post game. And I have no complaints to say about Fire Red and Leaf Green. They're very solid. B tier does not mean bad. You know, B is like very good. Like I would replay. B and up, I would say I would replay. C and down, I probably would not replay. That's just my honest opinion. Like I'd rather play other games than Pokemon Yellow, but Pokemon Crystal, they bring that to the freaking Switch, man, on a virtual console. I'll buy that. They bring back Fire Red, Leaf Green on virtual console. I'll buy that. Like anything B tier and up, I'm telling you right now, I would play that again. But yeah, nothing to say. Just solid games, a great post game, everything's good. I mean, it's just a better copy of the originals, and that's what remakes should be, right? And then we have Diamond and Pearl. Diamond and Pearl are easy for me, D tier, 100%. And this is coming from a person who played these games religiously. This was my religion, bro. In middle school, when it was what? I got Diamond when it came out, and I was in 5th grade, I remember. And then I played it then in middle school, and this is my religion. You don't understand. Like, all I did was play Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. But looking back, those games were trash. Like, absolute trash. Like, it was so bad. Not like they were not bad in concept, but they had like the freaking, when you close combat the Blissey at level 100 and it takes 2.5 minutes for it to go from 100 HP to 0. Like, no, that is awful. And there's a lot of other things that Platinum just way improves on, and I truly believe this is just me and it's just a slow game. You know what I mean? It's just a slow game, and it's not bad in concept, but it has like so many has so much slowness tied to it that I think what's made it worse for me is being able to play games on ROMs and speeding it up, right? Because now that I have that ability, why would I want to play Diamond and Pearl? Like, they're so slow. It's like, you can literally, I don't know. Like, I would just never want to play them again, personally. Like, I would, I guess. Like, it's not that I would never play C and less. Just, I'd rather play it B and higher, 100% of the time. And for me, Platinum is S tier. Like, S tier. I love Pokemon Platinum. It's a fantastic game. And Pokemon Platinum is a game that reminds me of my brother, because when we were growing up, that's the game that he always played, you know, and I just think of him when I think of Pokemon Platinum. Pokemon Platinum's a freaking great game. It's like just the best version of Diamond and Pearl. And Diamond and Pearl are good games. They're just slow as hell. So Platinum just makes it so much better. And just, yeah, for me, there you go. And then we have Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Whoops. These, in my opinion, are the best Pokemon games of all time. In my opinion, I did say that. I love these games. These are my favorite games, and yes, I love Generation 4. I love this game. I remember I got Soul Silver, and I wonder if any of my friends watching this will remember this. And on our 8th grade field trip, Soul Silver had just come out on our 8th grade field trip, and I bought it, and we went to Busch Gardens, I think, right? I think we went to Busch Gardens, and it's like an amusement park in Florida, kind of by Disney, and and I took this on the bus with me, and then I lost it. Like, I don't know what happened. I think we went to go play Mario Kart or something, and I switched my games out, and then I just lost it. Someone probably stole it, you know, it is what it is. And then I went home after that trip, and I was bummed out. And what was the first thing I did? I bought myself another copy, because this game was that great. I love this game. I have so many hours in this game, so many good memories in this game. This game is amazing. This game has the better version of Crystal, with updated Pokemon, with Generation 4 Pokemon, with just more content. Like, it has the Battle Frontier, it has the freaking Pokeathlon, it has everything you could want. It's like, for me, it's the best Pokemon game. I don't know, like, how could you not like this game? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I really, personally, love this game. That's just my opinion, of course. So, yeah, 100%, these are my favorite games. It's in this order. These are my S tier games for now. We'll see, though, we'll see. So next we have Black and White. So Black and White, funny story with this. So this is Generation 4. This is my peak Pokemon, but I peaked super hard that when it came to Generation 5, I was not a Pokemon fan for a bit. And, you know, I was still, like, I just didn't, I bought them on release, and I never played them. And the same thing with Black and White. So then, I played Black and White, I bought them on release, I didn't play it much, and then, okay, no, actually, I'm getting this confused. So Black and White, my dad bought this for me and my brother the same day, and we played it for a bit, but then this is when we started dying off of Pokemon, so we did play it, but I think this is like a C tier game for me. And I know there's like all the new kids love like Unova, like all the new kids like fantasize Unova, but I thought it was okay. You know, I mean, I have no strong memories of it. To be honest, I've only played through it once, I believe. I don't even think I've gone a second playthrough on it. It was with my brother, and it was a good time. You know, I think I got black version for sure, and he got white version. And yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of strong things. Like we were both big Pokemon fans. We got this game, and then our Pokemon craze died. So I mean, I'm not gonna say it's because of this game, but it just happened to be during this game, and therefore, you know, there's like nothing I could do about that. You know, like it just happened to be where I just stopped liking it during this time. And hey, these were okay games. They're solid games, and I have them in C tier because one day I would like to go back to them. But Black and White and 2, I bought this on release, and I remember it clearly. I bought this on release with my own money, and because it was already high school time at this point. Yeah, so I bought this game with my money on release, and then I played like the first 15 or 20 minutes, and I hated it as a kid. I don't know, I hated it. And then I picked it up a few months later. I was like, wait, this game's fire. And I beat it like in a day and a half or something like that. I literally just, that's all I did was play this game after. And I liked it. I think this was a good game. I put this in B tier. Again, I'm sad because I know I'm gonna get hate for this because, well, I don't really care, but everybody, like, I don't know, like recently there's been this obsession with Unova, and for me, Unova is one of the weakest regions in my opinion. And it's not that it's bad. Like, the story was pretty good, like that's what everybody talks about, but it's just not as fantastic. Everyone has this like S tier, best Pokemon games. Like, I don't see it. I really don't. But hey, that's why their opinions, and I respect that too. So then we have Generation 6. X and Y. This is the sparking of my Pokemon interest again. So again, like Black and White comes out, I buy it, I'm still into Pokemon, and then it dies down. I'm Black and White to get it. I'm not into Pokemon again, but you know, they caught my interest. They caught my interest, and so X and Y comes out. Everybody in my high school was crazy about X and Y. I remember I would take my 3DS to school, and I would battle people at school, trade with people at school. I thought the story mode was great. I had pumped like 600 hours into my X and Y just EV training, getting back into the grind, because I used to love playing competitive in Generation 4. X and Y were great games for that. And yeah, I liked X and Y. I know a lot of people don't like X and Y, but I like X and Y. I'm gonna put them in A tier. And again, this is just personal opinion, but that's just because I have such a strong connection to X and Y, basically because of bringing it to school and having all that good stuff. And yeah, then we have Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I'm gonna put them in B tier. And it's ironic because they're barely better than the originals, but to me they were not. I didn't even beat these games. I had them. I had Alpha Sapphire, I believe. No, I don't even remember which one I had. That's how little I cared about them. I had one of them. I believe it was Alpha Sapphire though. And I don't know. I just didn't even beat the game. Like, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad. I don't know. Something about it, I just didn't get into it. Also, I was again losing my Pokemon bug again. I had put so much hours into X and Y. And I don't know. I just didn't like into this. This was during college already. Like, I was already in college when this game came out. So, I don't know. I was just busy with other things, and I just didn't like him as much. And this is why these next Generation 7 for me got screwed over, because I did not care about Generation 7 in the slightest bit. And that sucks because I know most of my audience probably loves Generation 7. And I'm an oldie when it comes to Pokemon, right? So, like, look at my freaking list. Like, this list will probably not be done by most people that watch my videos, but yeah, Generation 7. Yeah, like, don't hate me or anything, but for me, and it's not it's not that it's bad. It's just I didn't give it enough time to make a better judgment. Like, I played through most of Sun and Moon, and it was just mediocre at best. To be honest, I did not have any fun. Zero fun playing that game. And that's honest. That's honest. And then Ultra Sun and Moon, I replayed a half of it or something. No fun. I had no fun playing Generation 7 at all. And it's not that I don't like the Pokemon. I like a lot of the Pokemon from Generation 7. I just didn't have fun playing the games. I don't know. This is very dumb of me. But I just truly had no fun playing it. Then we have Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. These games are fun. These games are fun. They're just okay. Fun. Yeah, you know. Like, they're not bad. They're fun. I'll put B tier, you know. They're casual games, you know. You can just pick them up and play them whenever you want. Would I go crazy about them? No. But they're fun. I mean, I would go crazy for S tier. Anything S tier, even X and Y on Pokemon on the freaking Switch, I would buy that in a heartbeat. Crystal on the Switch, I'd buy that in a heartbeat. Fire Red Leaf Green, I'd buy that in a heartbeat, you know what I mean? But yeah, these games are fun. I mean, they're great. And then Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield. I'm gonna put them in C tier. They're fun. I believe that they're fun games. Are they better than my childhood games? I believe no. I mean, I've pumped in over 250 hours in these games, and I still play it to this day, and I still think it's C tier. It's an average Pokemon game. Does it deserve all the hate that it gets? No, it does not whatsoever. And I'm not gonna go ahead and lie and say that I think it's an amazing game either, because I don't. However, for the Switch games that we have, I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it needs all the hate that it gets, 100%. But it's a pretty good game, and it gives me a lot of hope for Switch games going in the future. And then these games aren't out yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this here. I believe these games will easily, all of these games will easily be B tier and up 100%. Only time will tell. Like, there's no way, because these are just going to be better versions of Diamond and Pearl, right? So it has to be better. And Arceus as well, because like the thing is, for Diamond and Pearl, they just have better frame rate, easier higher up, you know. And yeah, that's basically my tier list for the Pokemon games. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? And don't say everything, please. And Legends of Arceus is going to be S tier, right? Hopefully. But yeah, what do you guys agree with? What do you disagree with? Let me know in the comments below. Let's get a conversation going. You can roast me or you can praise me in the comments below. And yeah, it's been your boy Luap, and I'm out. Peace.